This is part 4 of Farm Island, and in here there are going to be some gorgeous views of the rolling hills in South Dakota. And I'm also going to talk a little bit about the folklore from the trail of the previous day.
Wow, that's a big cottonwood. Just gonna go ahead and hose down in some DEET. The bugs out here are crazy. I don't know. Widowmaker. Woof! Bugs. Yes. All right, we're waterside. Good. Ooh, driftwood, yeah. Okay. I'll have to say, they have a couple very beautiful islands out here. So glad I decided to do this. So I didn't do much for research about Farm Island, except for what I've seen on signs. Supposedly there were buildings out here and they had trading posts and things. And then I think it might have passed through a couple families and eventually over to the state. And it's since turned back over to nature. But I pretty much lost all of my footage from the end of the island yesterday. And as I was walking along, I just thought it kind of interesting that out of the blue, I decided to put turkey feathers in my hair. You know, you put a feather in your hat, it's supposed to make you jolly. Well, it was so hot and wide open prairie and no signs of trees on the trail. I was a little nervous. So anyway, I picked those feathers up and put them in my hair. You know, one goose feather, I believe, and several turkey feathers. But, you know, it just seemed like such a long day and my legs were hurting. And so I decided to get in my car and Google, you know, how long is this island? Because the maps didn't match the trail and I had no idea how long the island was. I guessed it was 1 or 2 miles. Well, 7 miles to that peninsula? I don't know. That's what I found on Google. But anyway, then all this folklore stuff popped up about a native lady that warns people, a ghost of a native lady that warns people not to hike that island. And in that same footage where I was feeling a little, I don't know, it was very hot and I was very isolated and I'd been out there a very long time and I was starting to ration water because I didn't bring enough. And my legs were cramping. And I thought, oh no, what if I make it to the end of this island and I can't make it back? Well, so I talked through that in the video yesterday, and that happens to be the footage that I lost. Figure that one out, huh? I think I'll just leave it alone myself. But yeah, so I decided that I'm not going to research any of the history of the trails until after I'm done. So if neat things like that happen, I can look back and go, wow, I experienced that. Or kind of like on the Oahe Reservoir, there was a group of rocks and I thought, ooh, that looks like a foundation. Well, after doing a little research, I realized that there were several buildings there, almost a little town type of deal. I think I even said, you know, you'd have to tell me a really good story to make me believe that's natural. Yeah, well, if you want to see that, go watch the Oahe, I believe it's the Oahe Downstream Recreation Area. Watch that video. That's only like maybe a 1 mile trek, 2 mile trek. I think I was swinging on some swings in there somewhere too, bright and early in the morning. Lovely. Okay. Now this is where it gets sketchy because I am supposed to stay on the lakeside to follow this trail, but it's taking me back inland. Let's just see what this says. Oh boy.
That concludes part 4 of Farm Island. I remember it well now, and I was just so excited to have this adventure today because the previous day taught me that hiking is just a wonderful experience, and I was looking forward to what I would find on this island. I hope you enjoy hiking Farm Island with me.